For decades, Japan had stood as a beacon of relentless technological progress. That enduring pursuit reached its zenith in the year 2040, when the nation stunned the world by unveiling its most ambitious marvel, yet the Shinkai Marauder. This creation was not simply an evolution of high-speed rail. It was a technological revolution that defied time itself. A fully functional time-traveling vessel, the Marauder marked a turning point in humanity's relationship with space and time. World watched in awe as its maiden voyage was announced. 70 carefully chosen individuals, a diverse cohort representing the pinnacle of human society, leading scientists, acclaimed historians, global celebrities, high-ranking officials, and even a handful of lucky tourists gathered at Tokyo's Chrono Station. Their mission: to journey 70 years into the future and return safely. The anticipation was electric, history in the making. Among the select passengers was Dr. Imo Tanaka, a distinguished environmental scientist known for her groundbreaking work on planetary ecosystems. Alongside her stood Agent Kaito Shimizu, Alongside her stood Agent Kaito Shimizu, stoic and razor-sharp operative from Japan's elite secret intelligence division. Both carried more than just credentials. They carried a sense of purpose. With a low hum that crescendoed into a deep, pulsating roar, the Shinkai Marauder activated. Time unraveled in waves of light, Earth melting away into a blur as the craft sliced through temporal fabric. But when the journey ended, they found themselves not on a future Earth, but gazing out at a transformed Mars teeming with life under breathtaking, shimmering biodomes. Mars wasn't just habitable, it had evolved into a flourishing civilization. Greeted warmly by Martian officials, the travelers were introduced to a world of scientific wonders and cultural grandeur. Advanced technologies like gravity manipulation, biome-controlled environments, and sentient AI seamlessly blended with daily life. The human visitors were astonished and inspired. Amid this wonder, emotions began to bloom as surely as the Martian flora. Dr. Tanaka found herself drawn to Lucian, a Martian historian whose passion for preserving the past mirrored her own. Their connection was immediate, a spark fueled by long, contemplative conversations beneath twin moons and bronze sunsets. Meanwhile, Agent Shimizu, always alert beneath his calm exterior, began to perceive subtle ripples of tension. Still, even he found himself unexpectedly captivated by Alita, a Martian engineer whose bold intellect and fearless independence challenged his regimented worldview. Their interactions were fiery, marked by mutual respect and a budding tension. Neither fully understood. As days passed, the truth of this future began to unravel. A visit to the Grand Martian Archives revealed an unthinkable revelation: Earth, by 2055, was no more. Its destruction had been the result of escalating global conflict, ignited by the collapse of resources, political fragmentation, and rampant nationalism. The final war had left Earth a lifeless husk. Mars had survived only by severing all ties. This discovery shook the passengers to their core. The weight of the future bore down on them. But out of despair came resolve. Led by Kato's strategic prowess and Imo's scientific insight, along with Lucian's access to Martian knowledge, they hatched a bold plan. They would return to the past. They would rewrite history. The Shinkai Marauder, a marvel of engineering and temporal manipulation, represented their only chance. But before they could act, they needed answers, deeper insights. They immersed themselves in Martian society, peeling back layers of history never recorded in Earth's archives. Mars, too, had faced extinction, barely escaping collapse through unified effort and revolutionary innovation. Tanaka drew strength from stories of Martian perseverance. Shimizu, ever the tactician, studied how Mars had overcome tribalism, political schism, and technological stagnation. Through adversity, the Mars Concord had been born a fragile but effective planetary alliance that now kept peace across the Red World. However, not all Martians welcomed Earthlings with open arms. Whispers of discontent emerged, murmurs that soon took the shape of a name: the Red Faction. This secretive group, fueled by fear and past trauma, viewed Earth's inhabitants as harbingers of chaos and destruction. To them, humans were not allies, but ticking bombs. Agent Shimizu, utilizing his covert training, infiltrated their underground gatherings. What he discovered was a complex network of political resentment and cultural scars. Many in the Red Faction had lost families during Earth's final broadcasted wars. Others feared history repeating itself. Simultaneously, Amo and Lucian's bond deepened, growing into something far more intimate than shared academic curiosity. Love took root amidst stardust, becoming both a comfort and a cause. Kaido, navigating his own emotional labyrinth with Alita, found himself caught between duty and desire. Everything changed when they uncovered Project Phoenix, a clandestine initiative buried deep within Martian research labs. It held staggering potential, technologies capable of restoring planetary ecosystems, reversing climate devastation, and stabilizing biospheres. To Emo, this was Earth's miracle. A second chance. Driven by hope, she and her allies pleaded with the Martian Governing Council to collaborate, to give humanity the tools to undo its mistakes. The offer, a joint effort to save both planets from isolation and extinction. But the news of Earth's ruin, once leaked, ignited Mars. The Red Faction's fears turned into fire. Riots broke out in several biodomes. Explosions rocked minor installations. Anti-Earth propaganda spread like wildfire. The travelers were branded as a threat, their presence accused of destabilizing Martian peace. Kaido and his team now faced their greatest challenge, keeping the mission alive while navigating a fractured society spiraling toward conflict. Sabotage, espionage, and psychological warfare became their daily reality. Friends turned suspect. Allies were watched. And in the shadows, the Red Faction plotted something devastating. Yet still, in the face of rising chaos, they endured because they knew Earth's future wasn't lost yet. It could still be rewritten. But only if Mars didn't collapse first. Moment the Martian authorities responded with a crackdown on the Red Faction, culminating in a controversial arrest that threatened to fracture Martian solidarity. Emo and Lucian emerged as pivotal figures, tirelessly advocating for dialogue over violence. Their unwavering efforts slowly chipped away at the Martian divide, fostering a sense of unity in the face of a shared existential threat. Recognizing the potential for conflict upon their return, Kaido devised a rigorous training regimen utilizing Martian simulation technology. Passengers honed their skills across various scenarios, from diplomatic negotiations to self-defense tactics. Theon's disparate group transformed into unified teams, steeled to face what avertrials awaited them on a doomed Earth. Lucian's voice trembled as he confessed his fear returning to Earth might sever their connection forever. Amahur, heart-heavy, offered a vow no matter the distance. They would bridge the gap, working together to secure a future for both worlds. A vision sparked a collaborative Earth-Mars initiative, a lasting testament to their bond. A prodigy in temporal mechanics offered a glimmer of hope. Her breakthrough allowed for a controlled, safer time jump. However, it hinged on a rare element found only in Martian minds controlled by the Valeral Red Faction. Kaido, his stoicist, had embarked on a mission with Alita to secure the element. Tense negotiations laced with the possibility of betrayal to unexpected alliances back at Festation. The weight of their mission hung heavy. The night before departure was a tapestry of emotion, stories of Nervous laughter and silent vows of determination filled the air the day of departure arrived, marred by a desperate attack from the Red faction. Cato scrolling. Training paid off as Thepasengers transformed into a cohesive unit defended the Shinai Marauder. The climax arrived when Amiko and Lucian alongside a small team faced the faction leader with unwavering conviction. They painted a picture of a shared future, ultimately swaying him to their cause with the Red faction contained, and their purpose solidified. The Shinai Marauder initiated its return. Time travel, however, was a perilous journey. The trip was a gauntlet of temporal anomalies and glimpses of potential futures, pushing the crew to their limits as they pierced the veil of time. Each held fast to their solve, yearning for the chance to right fate, returning mere minutes after their departure. The world seemed unchanged, yet they weren't. Thepasengers disembarked, brimming with purpose and armed with knowledge gleaned from a future narrowly escaped Emo Keto and their team, leveraging their influence and Martian technology, wasted no time. Skepticism met our warnings, but their conviction and tangible proof the Martian tech began to shift. The narrative leaders, jolted by the concrete evidence, acknowledged the need for change. Diplomatic summits were convened, resources shifted toward sustainability, and international treaties were redrafted. The fight to save Earth had begun, not with grand gestures but with whispers of a future, glimpse of future. They were determined to rewrite years bled into decades, and Earth hummed with a newfound vitality. The war, a stark specter in their memories, had been exorcised. The passengers of the Shiny Marauder became the architects of this new reality. Emo and Lucian, their bond defying the vastness of space, stood as pillars of Earth-Mars relations, no longer just a scientific marvel. Shiny Marauder had become a symbol of unity, a bridge between two worlds forever intertwined.